Oh, hi, my friends. Okay, guys, we know that food is the make or break. We've talked about it. Um, it is the truth. Like, it's the thing that is going to decide whether you have a high amount of body fat or a low amount of body fat. If you're the size that you want to be, if you like all the things, they really have to do with food. And so we can talk about eating less and moving more and eating protein before everything. And those are absolutely valid. But I am not, I'm just like you. And I know, I was like, I'm not like going to even pretend that it's not emotional. And when there's emotions in play, and one of my very favorite business sayings is when emotion is high, logic is low. And so I try to always move something that is emotional into something that is logical, because then once I can get it into logic, we're all smart. We can process good, bad, right, wrong, better choice. But when it's emotional, things get weird and we slide and we make bad choices and we don't even know why. So I want to talk, and this is going to be a two-part series about why do we not pick great foods? Why do we overeat? Why is food so emotional? Because when we can create an awareness and it becomes logical, things are different. You can handle it. You can't handle it when it's emotional and it's in your head and you don't understand it. That's what we want to get away with. So a lot of times, I would say most times, and I'll tell you why I think this, it is about emotional eating patterns, your habits, your stress responses, your reward system. This is and what I want to do is create awareness without judgment. We say that a lot at Power Shift. And I remember in bodybuilding, my trainer one time, you know what, you have this plan and this is exactly what you eat at the exact time you eat it. And it was so structured. And she said, if you ever get hungry, eat vegetables. And if you don't want to eat vegetables, then you're not really hungry. And I hate vegetables, by the way. That's just like something that between you, me, and the fence post. They're not my favorite. Like I will eat if I have to, and I did have to during bodybuilding, and I did my job. Of course, there was like 3 vegetables. I'm like, I'm not eating these, but I will eat, green beans and peas, like Brussels sprouts and broccoli if it's charred. But I'm not eating anything else. I did have to eat some asparagus, but and so I never was hungry because I never would eat vegetables. That tells you that food is emotional. It's not so much my body didn't care. It was like, no, I'm fine. Like it's this right here that wants the food. So what I want you to know and remember is not that you are weak. You are not undisciplined. You are not lazy. You're not any of those things. You just have some patterns and you just have some habits. We all do. We all do in every single way. But most eating struggles, guys, are emotional or they're environmental. We talk about that a lot. They're habitual and they're identity based. And so we all know that if you want to create and change a habit, then you change your identity about it. And so we're going to talk about that. So have you ever, and these are funny rhetorical questions. If I was live with you, you guys would be rolling or rolling your eyes or laughing or just like duh, duh, duh. Have you ever eaten because you were stressed? Have you ever eaten because you were bored? Have you ever eaten because you were celebrating? Have you ever eaten because you were tired? Have you ever eaten when you were overwhelmed? Have you ever eaten when you're exhausted because you've been taking care of everybody else all day and now it's your turn? Do you see my point? These aren't food issues. They're pattern issues. I had a point in there. Tired, overwhelmed, happy, sad, all of them. There was another one, but if I'll remember, welcome to perimenopausal brain. We'll jump back into that. But most of the time, that's exactly what you're doing. You're doing it because of something else, not because you're actually hungry. Okay, so, and these are learned behaviors. And the great thing about guys, I love it. I love a learned behavior because you can unlearn, right? Like that's the most exciting thing about habits. Habits can be changed. They're not real. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Okay, so we've got 4 big overeating triggers. And so what I want you to do is identify which one, two, three, or all four. I'm going to probably say all four for me. What so because we got to identify it. We have to create awareness without judgment. So stress. We use food to calm our nervous system. Examples: you've had a hard day, you go through the drive-through. You're in chaos, so you're constantly snacking. You're overstimulated and amped up, as my dad would say. You go to sugar. Stress eating is often like the fast relief strategy. Like, it gives you that hit of just making things a little bit calmer. I know what I was going to say now. So I have a very, very interesting tummy, right? And when my tummy hurts, which growing up, it hurt all the time, really until the last year and a half, my stomach hurt all the time, no matter what. And if I ate, it felt better. Now, I paid for it on the other side, but in the moment, my stomach would stop hurting when I was eating. That was a lot of why I was overweight, because I was constantly, consistently trying to get out of pain. Well, that was physical pain. It shows up in emotional pain too. So we've got stress. Number two is reward. I did not grow up like this. I grew up in number four category here, but some of you guys, it was, I deserve this. And so that's like a childhood thing. Like, if you had a good day, then you went and got a treat. If you had a bad day, you survived it, so you went and got a treat. And this is, high achieving women will do this also. I deserve it. It's my Friday night treat. Or I deserve this glass of wine because I kicked butt all day. I am getting a dessert because I earned it. I am going to eat whatever I want because I'm on vacation. Those kinds of things. Food got lost along the way, and it stopped being fuel for your body, and it became a trophy. And so I know that that is an issue for a ton of people. I can relate to this one right here. Number three, comfort and numbing. Food creates crunching and chewing and scrolling and snacking is escape. And that is why I am so against snacking, because it's done for things like this. And like, I think it's an easy identifier is if you're snacking, that's not a planned meal. That's not a built meal from protein. It is a mindless numbing thing. And that's why I don't want you to do it. If you plan the snack and it's planned from protein and it's planned, get it, because it's a meal at that point. But snack is times that happens when you are lonely or you're anxious or you're emotionally exhausted, you're avoiding feelings, all of that. Food has become the answer for you. And then number four, habit and environment. Sometimes it's not emotional, but it's convenience. So it's popcorn during TV. And even like, when we go to the movie theater, which is not much anymore, but it is, well, before, when I could eat a whole bunch of things, and I did eat a whole bunch of things, oh my gosh, I would get M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, and I would eat them with popcorn, with pop. Like, I would never now, like never, ever, ever. But we always did that. And so that became the habit. When you go to the movie, you do this. Can you think of other scenarios in your life when road trip? I know a lot of people, when they do road trips, it's like time for fast food. It's time for snacks at the gas station. That becomes their habit and how they deal with the road trip. As you know me, because I've shared this on my Facebook and Instagram, is I pack all my food for my road trip. So it become a new habit got born along the way. I didn't always do that. I had to completely change that consciously. So popcorn during TV, movie, candy, all of those things. Late night eating, because that's what I do. And it could even tie around to because I deserve it. Or that's what's in your pantry. 90% of this game is, what do you have easy access to? Your brain loves familiarity. It loves the things that is in our eyesight. If you've got cookies and candy and popcorn and ice cream, I told you this before. I do not allow ice cream in my house. I will eat the whole dang thing. I am not above it. I have preached this stuff. I've changed my body. I've changed my life. But then ice cream comes and I've lost all brain power, all willpower, all sense of like, this is enough. I have no sort of power when it comes to ice cream. So I don't allow it. That's where I have power. No. So what can you do in your life? What is a habit in the TV, the movie, the road trip examples where you're doing these things? Or what's in your environment? What can you clean up in your life that will have a direct correlation to what you put in your mouth? Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, so we got awareness before judgment. We've got our 4 different things. We've got comfort and numbing, we've got reward system, we've got stress, those things. Now is before you eat, ask yourself, because we just want to create more awareness, right? What are you actually hungry for? This is a really cool question. What am I actually hungry for? Am I hungry for food? Am I hungry for stimulation? Am I hungry for rest? Am I hungry for comfort, reward, dopamine, distraction? Those things are just about awareness. So when you can ask yourself that question, what am I actually hungry for? And if you're actually hungry, eat vegetables. Because if you steal that line from my trainer, what happens is vegetables do not give you stimulation. They don't give you rest. They don't give you comfort. They don't give you reward. They don't give you dopamine. They don't give you distraction. The only thing they actually give you is food. So it will actually accomplish that answer. So if you're actually hungry, eat vegetables. Now you're like, well, Heather, I love vegetables. I can eat it all day long. Then do it. You can't get fat off vegetables. You cannot get fat off vegetables. You eat protein and vegetables all day long, I promise you, you're not going to be lean. You'll be a lean, mean fighting machine. There is no way you're getting fat off vegetables. So go for it. Absolutely go for it. Awareness without judgment. That's what we want to do. Now, I want you to also like think trigger tracker, because food can be so emotional. We want to make sure then asking yourself, why am I being triggered here? What is really bothering me? So for 3 days, if this little class has hit home and you're like, emotion and eating, yes, 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 yes. For 3 days, ask yourself before you eat, what happened? Why am I feeling this way? What emotion am I actually feeling right now? And what do I want food to do for me right now? If you can become aware and cognizant of those answers, that's when you can flip it, because you can do nothing if you're not aware. You can do everything when you know. Okay, that's part 1 class. I'm going to come back for part 2, but I hope that this gives you a place that you're not alone. You're not alone. This is everybody deals with this at some level, but you don't have to anymore. You can be, I don't want you to have willpower all day long every day. I told you that before, like that's going to be exhausting and you're not going to make aware of these things. It switches off the discipline and willpower. It becomes, oh, I'm sad. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna go take a walk. It becomes that easy, or I'm going to call a friend, or whatever it is. Don't scroll, because that is not going to help you be sad, but do something productive and not eat. Just the difference is that you're aware of it. Okay. I know you can do this. So 3 days, track your trigger tracker of what happened, what emotion are you feeling, and what do I want food to do for me right now? I think that's a really cool one. Okay, good luck.